Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Hi, Ivy of Housemark. This is definitely happy hour. It's actually lunchtime for me. So, yay, lunchtime. Hi, Carol. Thank you so much. Can you guys believe it? I hit 40K on I think Friday maybe. But it's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you. Hi, Kate. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Gilly. You are all, yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate it so much. What are we going to do today? So, I I made up a couple of funny questions. I figured we'll go through some of those funny questions and just really enjoy our time together. Lighthearted, fun, and all of the questions are going to be related to Harry and Meghan and social media success. So, I think you guys will like it. Well, I hope you do because it's gonna. I think it's funny. I think you'll think it's funny too. Before we get on with it, oh, look who's here. Hi, Royal Daily Tea. Thanks for being here. If I'm not mistaken, tomorrow, schedule permitting, Royal Daily Tea and I are going to have a live stream. So I'll announce it soon. Um, I'll set it up soon and I hope you all can make it there. Hi, Jesse. I'm so glad you're here. I know, Gilly, I cannot even believe it. I hit 10,000 on December 28th. And yeah, so basically this year in 7 months, I grew 30K. Can you believe? I can't believe it. I can't believe it, but I'm so happy and so excited and so thankful. Hi, Sue. Thank you. Thank you. 3 a.m. for you, Margaret. Oh my goodness. So sorry that it's such an odd time for you, but I appreciate you being here. Hi, Annabelle. Thanks, Ivy. And this is what I wanted to say before we begin. I would ask that you, in lieu of super chats and super stickers, I would love it if you would consider donating to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Their link is in the description of this video. And I just really, I feel that all of us collectively as a community together, we are all uplifting and supporting each other. And I just love that we're able to uplift and support really good charities as well. So let's see. Hi, Gina. Yes, Royal Daily Tea is awesome. Yep, absolutely. Hi, Amber. Oh, it's the Monday afternoon break I need too. It's actually noon for me, but yeah, same for me. Thanks, Agatha. Can you believe it? It's so exciting. I'm astonished and just it's amazing. Definitely amazing. Hi, Maura. Oh, you're not late. It's only 3 minutes. We just started 3 minutes ago. And I have a capacity, I guess you could say, of being too early to things. So, okay, everyone, you guys want to play? You want me to start with the questions? Let's get into it. So all of these questions are going to be social media success based. And okay, here we go. Here is the first question. If Megan had to launch her own TikTok challenge to go viral overnight, what would it be called and what would she do? I already have an answer for it, but I'm going to let you all go for it first. Thank you, Maura. Thank you so much. I don't, words cannot describe like how this happened, how I didn't expect it to get popular. And it just makes me so excited to do it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Teaspoon. I appreciate it. And I just love this community too. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lulu's mom. Thank you, Carol. Good answer, Carol. Good answer. It would be a twerking challenge. Oh my goodness. And what do you think she would call it? I think there's a couple of ideas. Yeah. Thank you so much, Annabelle. I appreciate it. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. I have an idea for the challenge, but um I'm gonna let you all go for it first. Peekaboo says mic drop, juggling 5 mics. Okay, I love it. I love it, Peekaboo. Her TikTok challenge would be mic drop. That's the name. Charlie says it would be respect our privacy and people would trash their close ones. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lemon says it would be called Get Ready with Me in Beige. Thank you. Thank you, Space Cat. Ivy of Housebark says she would call it The Queen I Am, and it would be who has the best tiara. Gilly says, oh, this is creative. Stomping on grapes, and she would make her rosé wine. Baby grandma says it would be called a twerkathon. I love it. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. I always love the wide variety of answers we get, and they're things I wouldn't think of. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer and then I'll give my answer to this question. Let's see. Mercathon Cat says. Mini Noodle says Moon Bump Challenge. Who wears it best? Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Hi, Steve. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you made it. So excited. So excited everybody's here. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to give my answer. I'm going to call it the curtsy challenge, and she's going to overdo and she's going to mock curtsies. That's my thought. That's what I think her TikTok challenge would be. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next question then, everybody. And that is, if Megan could only bring one celebrity to help her relaunch her brand, who would she pick and why would she pick this person? I'm gonna go on mute really quick, you guys, to have a sip of my tea, and I will be right back. All right, everyone, I'm back. It's gonna be a party. It is, and even the even the theme, like the background theme, is a disco ball, and it's a party. So this is a celebration. This is a party. We're gonna throw actual confetti and not flower confetti. Even though that is, I think the Sidley twins, they uncovered that flower confetti. Name of a product that is by, I think, a TikTok user named Akila. Sorry if I get the name wrong. But yeah. Lulu's mom says the breathy 3 named chick. Jamie L Jamie Kern Lima. I was gonna say Jamie Learn Kima? No, that doesn't sound right. Jamie Kern Lima. Thank you so much. Oh, Lemon says that it's easy. She would bring herself. Absolutely, she would bring herself. Peekaboo is on the same page because she doesn't need anyone. She is an A plus celebrity. Gilly says Abigail because she's the only one that would come. Yep. Annabelle says Jennifer Aniston because she's been trying to cozy up to Jennifer Aniston. It seems like a long time, according to the magazines, right? Baby grandma says she would have herself because there's no one better. There is absolutely no one better than than herself. Absolutely. Maura says there is as ever in New York too, I think it is a small business. Yes. Yes, it is. And, some people don't care who they need to stomp on, right? And unfortunately, the smaller maybe the person or the less fame they have, the easier it is to stomp on them. And for Mini Noodle, that's a that's a great answer. She would bring the ghost of Diana. Absolutely. Hi, Lynette. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Space Cat says she would bring Harry, and she has not she's not seen him in months. Cat says Prince William. Yep, Yeah, I would imagine that's a quick decline, right? Lido says the Oh my goodness. Margaret says Kevin Costner. Yeah, that's a good one. Taylor Swift, Teaspoon says for the Swifties to get some audience, to use some of Taylor Swift's clout. Gina says Kim Kardashian because she will do anything for a buck. I was heading towards the Kardashian Jenner. My answer to this was going to be Kris Jenner, and it's so that she could get a contract with Hulu. That's my thought. I think she is chasing after that Hulu contract. Mara says none of us would attend. Yeah, none of us would watch. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, There, we have a great creative group of people here. I love it. Okay, I'm going to set up the next question. And it is you're in charge of rebranding Harry's image. What's his first viral reel or short? What do you think? What do you think he would? I know I'm going to get in trouble with this one. I could just imagine what people's responses are going to be. Um, let's see. Oh, she would bring, Megan would bring Jeff Bezos's new wife. Yeah, I would imagine that's a quick decline too, right? Oh my, and it would be to, I don't know, to try to get some type of Amazon contract, perhaps. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, so Lido and O Lemon are kind of in the same ballpark area. Lido says hair transplants. O Lemon says shave my head challenge. Um, Teaspoon says the apology to his family. Wouldn't that be nice? A sincere apology, right, Teaspoon? Yeah, that would be and I think that would go viral for sure. Gilly says that it would be divorcing this one's wife. Yep. EA challenge. I just realized what EA stands for. Elizabeth Arden challenge. Oh no. Oh no. Baby grandma says he would be sucking up to William. Annabelle says an apology to the UK and the royal family. Ivy says nullifying his lies. That would be nice. Steve says selling antidepressants. Carol says Harry going back to the UK with the kids and the divorce papers are handing by person and he communicates it by FaceTime. That would be one to watch, wouldn't it? Can you imagine Megan's reaction to that? Oh my. Lulu's mom says interview him on surviving the narcissist. Yep. Minnie Noodle says I was thinking hair plug Harold too. Space Cat says the camera pans over to a bed. Sleeping Harry wakes up and says, "What's happened? I've been asleep for the past 5 years. Oh, was that all a dream? I didn't do that. I've been asleep this whole time." Sleeping Beauty, right? Space Cat. Lidu says, "How to lose everything in 5 easy steps." And boy, do you have it right. He sure did lose a lot. That's for sure. Margaret says, removing the dog collar from around his neck. Oh my. Oh my. Gaining his independence back. Oh, McMeow, it's totally my pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for being here. And uh, yay for 40K. What Amber says, a walk of shame back home. That would be his first viral reel or short. Yep. Yep. Let's see. What do I think it would be? Um, Maybe it would be him watching one of the royal events, like Trooping the Color and doing live reactions. Oh, Lemon says, "What I do in a day," and then he would just be sitting on a chair, just looking at the camera. Or actually, he would be actually holding the camera, recording Megan, documenting everything Megan does so that she can put it on her social media. Gina says Harry goes to an exorcist. Oh my. Minnie says how to dine on my mom's legacy. And that's great that you bring it like almost full circle, Minnie Noodle, because I just did a video on how Harry said that to John Travolta and how rude that is. Oh my goodness. I am in complete agreement with you, Carol. I am in complete agreement with you. Ivy of Housebark says, "What a bell with a bell in his hand. Shame, shame, shame." Oh my goodness, setting his wedding ring back by post. Oh my goodness. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go to the next question. And this question is, let's say Megan gets caught using a burner account to comment on royal fan pages. What is her username? What is her username? Charlie says the viral video, Harry's viral video would be doing the doing the baby mama dance wearing the moon bump himself. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. You are all so creative and so funny. I actually really love this question. I feel like you are going to come up with some great, great answers for these fake usernames that Megan would have. Mara says, "Can you imagine the book Harry can write if he ever wakes up and sees MM for who she really is?" I mean, it would be, and I think it would be therapeutic for him to really look back on all the things that have happened, honestly. Oh my gosh, Minnie Noodle says her fake username would be Her Majesty. Yep, she wants to be called Queen. Ivy of Housebark says Miss Twerkle. Lido says Methane Meg. Oh no. Oh no, baby grandma. It's her name would be Toilet Wine. Carol says it would be Rachel Speaks. Gilly says it would be Free Samples. Oh, hi, Deborah. Thanks for being here. Charlie says it would be Lady Diana Light. Oh my goodness. Lemon unrevealing the narc. I love that. I love that. Oh, that's really, I should write that down because I feel like that would be a cute one to go on t-shirts, maybe. Teaspoon says Maggot Meg. Just a Jen says it's guest speaker we all know, allegedly. Oh, Ivy of Housebark says the voice I lost. Deborah says sparkle twerkle. Oh, Lido, I'm such a fraud. I'm such a fraud would be her username. What about okay, so I came up with a couple too. What about Real Queen Sparkle? I could see her doing that. And what about not Megan, just honest? Honest and oh my gosh, Steve, you and I are on the same page. Steve just said honest and genuine Megzilla. Hilarious. Oh no, Annabelle. William's real wife, Annabelle says. Oh my goodness, Princess Perjury. Margaret, I love it. I love it. And that goes hand in hand with the revealing the crime channel, too. Princess Perjury. Oh, Lemon says authentic Meg. Gilly says, "One tear left I go." Princess Forgetful, Carol says. Yep, selectively forgetful. Just a Jen says, "Real authentic." Princess Minnie Noodle says, "Claw paw." Oh my. Oh my goodness. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to have another sip of my tea. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, I'm back. I don't like to drink the tea and you all hear me like I don't know how loud it would sound with the microphone this close. So um yeah, I want to make sure you all don't hear that. Okay, let's see. Agatha says the authentic one. That would be her burner name. Deborah says when I was 11. Oh my goodness, Space Cat. This one's going to be a mouthful. Organic, authentic, queen of everything is mine. I love it. I love it. Lido says queen in training. Oh, Lemon says UK Nigerian queen. Yep, we should add US in there too because she probably thinks she's queen of all of us too. Carol says Harry could go viral if he uploads the video showing Megan's pregnancies. Yeah, or pregnancies. Yep. Metanina says the username would be Diana. Jay says Yacht Girlology 6. Oh, thank you, Margaret. I I don't know if I've told you all, but I've been having issues with my voice and I figured it out and I fixed it, but I still need to like refresh my voice if I talk for too long. So that's why I keep taking those little breaks. And sorry, I hope it doesn't bore you all, but I try to be strategic with the breaks so that you all get a second or a little bit of time to answer the question and I get to have a drink. Steve says sister of all. Yes, yes, and this is alluding to the speech she gave in South Africa where she said she is everybody's sister there. Yep. Lulu's mom says sprinkle queen. Yep. Flower sprinkle queen for sure. She definitely thinks she is. Let's go to the next question. Okay. If Harry and Meghan hosted a podcast where they had to tell the truth for once, what's what's the first explosive episode title? What do you all think? Lidu says her username would be 43% authentic. Oh, thank you, McMeow. I appreciate it. My voice would go in and out. It's gotten a lot better. That's why over the last like couple of weeks I haven't done too many live streams, but I narrowed it down to I think I was eating too late at night, and I think it was like some form of reflux or something. So now I am on intermittent fasting. I don't eat past a certain time, and it's I think it's already helped and made a big deal. Agatha says how I got him. I'll be honest with you, Agatha. This is one of the most interesting things for me about studying Megan, because if we can understand how Harry fell for it so quickly, I did a video on this quite a while back that Harry, according to the book Spare, Harry was already hooked before they even met in person. Like the anxiety he felt about meeting her in person and being late, she already had him by the hook. So, how did that happen? Through text message exchanges, right? Because that was their contact basically in those first couple of days before they met in person. So, how does that happen? And if we learn how that happens, we can make sure that it doesn't happen to us. Just a Jen says the first title would be Harry's Drunk. Minnie Noodle says, I'm such a fraud. Baby Grandma says, not racist royals. Jay says, joy and more joy and the power of yet. And the power of yet. Maybe that could be it. McMeow says moon bumps for all. Carol says how Harry was stalked and trapped. And to go hand in hand with that, Carol, Peekaboo says my Google search. So there's the research that got Harry stalked and trapped, in allegedly and in my opinion. Margaret says exposing the frauds. Lido says the podcast wouldn't go ahead because they don't tell the truth. Very, very excellent. Good point. Absolutely great point. Carol says the timeline of Archie from pregnancy to birth. Yep. Yep. Oh, Lemon says how to become a billionaire. Maura says manipulative Megan and how I did it. Yep. Just as Jen says, I've been unintentionally intermittent fasting on my own most of my adult life. I don't typically eat between 2 a.m. and 2 p.m., but that's my natural body state. That's great, just a Jen. So I just started keto and I've done keto before. My body just likes to be in ketosis. Like I most people it takes 4 or 5 days to get into ketosis, but I was in ketosis within 2 days of starting. Um and when you're in keto, you don't have insulin spikes because you're not eating a lot of sugar, and because you don't have insulin spikes, you don't really get hungry. So it's a lot easier to do intermittent fasting. So I I already feel like I feel a lot better. Um my voice is getting better, and just energetically too. I'm starting to feel a lot better. So yeah, I think it's great, and 2 AM to 2 PM, that's great, that's great, 12 hours of fasting. The real Gigi says she probably said Diana came to her and said, "You were meant for my son." Yep. And I mean, there I think I got confused. I did a post around 4th of July, I think it was, where Megan said, their second date was on 4th of July, and I thought that July 1st was their first date, but I think I misunderstood. The day they started texting, I think, was July 1st, which is also Princess Diana's birthday. So, I think that could have been a complete manipulation, like, "Look what day we started talking on your mom's birthday." I could totally see that happening. Lynette says, "The easiest way we can ignore the kids." Maura says, "The invisible kids." Um, and Maura says that, she's on keto too. Yeah, I love it too, and I love that there's so many, I don't know, I feel like keto's come a long way. There are so many easier substitutions now to do it. Like, I have low carb tortillas at home and I make quesadillas all the time. So there is a way to still get some bread, in your diet. Oh, the real Gigi, me too. Me too. I love carbs and bread. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's just, yeah, it's keto is hard to do, but also, um I think one of the good things about keto is that sometimes you have to shock the system, like, every, I don't know, 7 to 14 days, so it's like, I can I can do anything for 7 days knowing that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? So, I hear you, I hear you. Mini Noodle says that the podcast title would be, "It Was All for Money and Fame," and isn't that an honest answer, right? Oh, thank you, private pirate. That was a mouthful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Jessica Jen says, "All my coworkers make fun of me because I'm always fasting the first half of the day, but totally snacking the rest of it." I mean, it's how your body does well, you know? If that's what works, then oh, more absolutely. It makes you not crave them. So I did a live stream a couple days ago, and I talked about Disney and how I had just gone to Disney on Friday. And I had already, because I knew I was going to Disney, I thought this would be the best day to have a carb day or a cheat day because I'll be walking around. So, um, it was so weird because I went and I didn't really crave anything. I had reservations for this dining experience where you sit on the second floor of this one building and you can see the fireworks, and they give you a specific, like, lunch, like it's in a lunch box or it's considered dinner, I guess. Um, and I didn't eat anything beyond that. Like, I didn't get a churro or an ice cream or anything like that. And it's I didn't crave it either. So yeah. Definitely, and I'm definitely a sugar I'm addicted to sugar, for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next question, everybody. If Harry had to do one TikTok trend for charity, what would it be? And would he drag Megan into it? Oh, Just a Jen, Disneyland was so great. I have a season, like, an annual pass, but I haven't gone since January. I kid you not, you guys, YouTube is my life. Like, between work, and I've told you all that I'm working on a certificate for genetic genealogy and this YouTube channel, I really don't do much. So, it was very exciting to be back at Disney after not being for so long. It's the 70th anniversary of Disney right now, so they redid the fireworks, and it was such a great experience to have a reserved spot, where I didn't have to fight for a spot and watch the fireworks. It was great, and then after that, I went and I watched the Main Street Electrical Parade, but now, I mean, that's what it was called when I was a child, and now it's called, I think, Paint the Night Parade. The technology is, I mean, it's so beautiful. Like, it really is Paint the Night Parade. They really did paint the night, that's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Steve. It's great. It's so great. Minnie Noodle says Megan would finally admit she wanted William, but had to settle for the discount prince, much to her dismay. Yep, that would be an incredibly honest podcast episode. Oh, the real GGU are breaking my resolve. Fried ice cream from Chi Chi used to be. I don't know where Chi Chi is. Used to be in love with it. I don't know what Chi Chi is. I had fried ice cream a couple of months ago from El Torito. That was fabulous. It was great. Lisa says Megan really wants her Ava Perón moment and it won't happen. Yeah, she's lost popularity for sure. Minnie Noodle says the TikTok trend would be the Prince Harry hair plug. Oh, peekaboo, that's a good one. Dunk, Hank, and Skank. So it would be like one of those carnival booths where you have to throw the ball and hit the target, and if it does, they fall in the water. I love it. I could see them doing it. I could. Ivy of Housebark says the challenge would be who can cry the longest. Oh my goodness. Baby grandma says Harry would twerk wearing a moon bub, and no, Megan would not participate. She's already done it. She started, well, no, she didn't start the challenge, but she definitely did the challenge. Jay says they would whine, or he would whine, and the Meg would twerk. Yep. Yep. Let me think. What do I think? Could you imagine if he like lip sang something? Um, there was something he wants. Oh, I know. Okay, so I don't know if you've all seen when Harry and Meghan went to see Hamilton. It was a charity. It was a charity show, I think. This is the event where Megan, like, elbowed that person to walk in front of them. Megan is wearing that black suit. You know what? I'm gonna find you all, um, pictures of the event so you know which one I'm talking about. And let's see. Let me share my screen. Um, so it was this event where she elbowed that person. Yeah, where she elbowed that person, and, there was a moment there that Megan, I mean, not Megan, Harry started singing the first few notes of one of the Hamilton songs, and then he stopped. So maybe he could sing that song. So the song from Hamilton. The real Gigi says, "Oh, Chi-Chi's was a chain Mexican restaurant back in the 90s." And I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Um, yeah, I don't think I had ever heard of it. Um, yeah. El Torito also has their appetizer quesadillas are so amazing because they put pico de gallo inside the case. It's so good. So good. Steve says, how to be the spare husband. That would be his TikTok challenge. Oh, hi, Danny. Danny says, congrats on 40K subs. Stephanie Sidley helped me here. Stephanie and Nancy are seriously the best. They, I really attribute the majority of my growth to the Sidley twins, honestly, because I had, I don't know, six or 700 subscribers maybe. And they did a video where they showed one of my clips, and after that clip, I jumped to, like, 2,800 subscribers. It was amazing. They are just so awesome and so kind, and I I admit I copy them. I love that they donate to charity, and they ask everyone to donate to charity, during their live streams, and I've copied them. I've copied them, and that's why I ask all of you if, in lieu of super chats and super stickers, to please donate to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. And it's all inspired by Stephanie and Nancy. They're amazing. Lido, how to make the white powder disappear? Lido says. Um, Carol says, force Megan to watch royal history. If she wants to stop it, she has to tell one truth. Oh my, she probably couldn't handle that very well, right? Jessica Jen says maybe they compare the awards they bought and see who has more. Yep. Yep. Cherry says Harry could go door to door asking for money caught on ring cam. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And also, please, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Oh, thank you, Diz fan. Didn't realize a thing called narcissism existed until Megxit. Been free from my ex best friend since she and I parted 8 years ago. I'm sorry to hear that you've experienced that, Diz fan. And I have to admit, I didn't know. Well, let me say it this way. Megan has helped validate my experiences. Like I've mentioned before that my stepmom is a malignant narcissist and she was incredibly cruel to me when I was a child. And I never could wrap my mind around that. Like I never realized the gravity of the situation until I heard the story about Megan with Princess Charlotte. And really that's kind of what launched that was one of the that was the first topic, uh, that got me interested in following Harry and Meghan, and, it's they're a great, they're basically a walking teachable moment. Everything they do, everything Meghan does, there's a lesson we can learn from it, and I just love it. I just love it. I love it, meaning I love being able to translate what she does into something that's applicable to you and I so that you and I can make sure that we are surrounded by healthy, loving, non-toxic people. Thanks, Danny. Jay says, RV has helped a lot of us identify the narcs. Thank you, Jay. Minnie Noodle says, ditching the claw. Yep, if Harry had to do one trend, he would try to ditch the claw. Margaret says Harry could. Oh, look at you, Margaret and Minnie Noodle. You are both on the same page. Sarah says, husband dressage. Which man can be controlled best by taps and nudges? That would be one to watch. And actually, Sarah, I just recorded a video today about this one event and how Megan was touching him. And yeah, I'm hoping I'll post that video at some point later today. Lisa says, I wonder, Harry has no out. What will happen in such a way to mess up one's life? I know, I know. I mean, the hope would be that there's someone behind the scenes that we don't know that could help him in some way. Unfortunately, in these types of situations, like you need a lifeline, you need someone to help you out because let's say you leave, where are you going to go? There it must be incredibly, incredibly lonely and you must be incredibly vulnerable. It would be, if you're all by yourself and this person comes back, you're much more likely to go back because of the loneliness. So, yeah. Yep, she helped. Agatha says she's helped so many people see it except for Harry. Yep. Baby grandma says, my mother was a narcissist, so I definitely can relate. The day she passed was the best day of my life. No more could she hurt me and mine. I'm so sorry to hear that, baby grandma, and I'm sending big hugs. I'm so sorry that you had that experience. Hi, Judy. You're up early. Thanks for being here, Judy. Um, speaking of this, the good news is that I will be likely having a live stream tomorrow, hoping with Royal Daily Tea, hoping she'll join me, and I'll do it at 5 p.m. Pacific time, which will be 5 hours after the start time of this one. So tomorrow, Judy, yeah, hopefully the live will be 10 a.m. your time. Disfan, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Disfan says narcissism doesn't only occur in family and relationships, yep, but also in friendships. And when you've grown up around narcissists your whole life, you gravitate towards relationships that are similar. So I remember in one of my early videos, someone commented and said something like, "Oh, so let me get this straight. Revealing's stepmom is a malignant narcissist and she married one." And the person put the emoji with the rolling eye, like rolling of the eyes. And that is actually, I think, a common occurrence because when you've grown up with it, your brain chemistry is used to the highs and the lows, right? So you gravitate towards things that feel the same, so I know that I have been drawn to friendships that were maybe not necessarily narcissistic, but could definitely be considered toxic, even professionally, right? Because if you don't have boundaries, if you don't, you get taken advantage of because that's what you're used to, being a people pleaser. So this is something that you may experience in all aspects of your life, in all sorts of relationships. Yeah. Agatha says, I never knew about Duper's Delight until you told me. Thank you, Agatha. Yep. Yep. You guys give me 1 second. I'm going to have a sip of tea and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm going to go to the next question really quick and then I'll catch up on the chats. And actually, this is the last question. Megan just went viral for a relatable video. What's in the clip and why is the internet divided? Carol says, irony at its best. The flower girl dress on Charlotte was horrendous by Givenchy, and Charlotte's dress was bespoke. So I'm sorry, Carol. I see I'm a little bit lost. Oh, the dress at Wimbledon. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. And how adorable did Princess Charlotte look? How adorable. Okay. Thank you, Carol, for clarifying. Yes. Yes. Agreed. MW says, could trend by Megan leading Harry with the leash. Yikes. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. The short complimenting me on the shorts I make. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sarah says the touches drive me nuts. Love your videos on them. Thank you. Hi, Mary. Thanks for being here. Carol says to everyone who survived narcissism, you are strong to break the abuse. It's hard to take the first step. 100%. Yes. Steve says Megan's experiment would be Pavlov's husband. Instead of Pavlov's dog. Awesome. Agatha says most people growing up with it gravitate to it. Exactly. Yes. And I know I definitely did. That's why um I think I chose romantic relationships that mirrored those same patterns. Carol says HG Tudor said it is addiction to narcissism. It takes time and self awareness to break the cycle. Absolutely. Absolutely. Charlie is asking, what's my take on the secret meeting that took place between Harry and the king? So I didn't look too much into this story yesterday, but I did just a little while ago watch Dan Wooten's video about it. And my thoughts are, first of all, if there is supposed to be reconciliation um, between the two, Harry and his dad, I would imagine that that would happen over the phone and you wouldn't need intermediaries to facilitate that, right? Um, that's something, and if you did need intermediaries, it would be family and close people, I would imagine. Um, I read somewhere that some people thought it was due to finances that could potentially, Harry is asking for more money, and that would not surprise me at all. I think that they are incredibly financially strapped, in my opinion, and just doing the math. So I think one of the Sugar Squad or something, when the As Ever wine came out, someone wanted to buy 100 bottles or 100 cases or whatever, and they only had 50 available. And if you I'm gonna do the math right now. Let's say it's 50 times the $90. assuming you buy the 3 bottles, that's only $5,000, less than $5,000. So even that drop doesn't make that much money when you consider the cost of, paying for the actual bottle of wine. Like, I don't see how the money is, like, rolling in. I feel like that's a lot of effort to make $5,000 only, you know? Sarah says, "For unexpectedly," I'm not gonna say that. I usually, instead of that word, I say tooted. So I'm gonna say that. "For unexpectedly tooting while picking up a flower in her garden." Oh my goodness, Sarah. Oh, thank you, Kit Kat. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Jessica Jen says her clip would be her dancing around a garden barefoot, holding an apricot and sloppily sloshing rosé all over. Yep. Yeah. Twerking video. Carol says twerking video. It shows how Megan is. I'm not going to read that, but it just shows that Megan has no class. Yeah, I don't understand. Personally, I would not um, put out a video of me dancing like that for sure. Mara says, I think MM leaked it. I think so too. And that was one of the topics on Dan Wooten's show. Did the palace leak it or did Megan leak it? And I think really Megan would leak it, in my opinion. Oh, hi, Shaz. Thanks for being here. Um, Shaz says Harry could do a sponsor silence and his wife could help him stay could help him out and stay silent too. Yep. Charles needed to protect his peace. Oh, thank you, Shaz, for joining as a member. I appreciate it. Thank you. I know, right? Imagine buying 100 of them. Yeah. And that's just it. What's the overhead on wine? I would imagine usually, like, if you sell a product for $30, I would imagine your cost would be, I don't know, $13 maybe? What do you all think? What do you all think would be the the profit, I guess, per bottle of wine? I would imagine 15 to $17 maybe? I don't know. I don't know, but if anyone knows, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear what you think. All right, everyone. So that was the last of my questions, and I'm just going to open the floor to all of you. I'll just read a couple of your comments, and let's see if we can have a good chat. I want to thank you all so much for being here. I do not at all take for granted this community and all of you wonderful people. I appreciate you so much. Mara says Megan pressing grapes in her backyard. Yeah, that would be the TikTok trend. Kind of like in I Love Lucy. Would it be a comedy routine or would she be doing it seriously? Oh, my washer's going off. I'll be right back, guys. All right, sorry, I'm back. My washer plays a symphony when it's done. And if I don't like pay attention to it, it'll just keep going off. So, yeah, Agatha says the way she probably produces it under $3 a bottle. But wouldn't you think that that company that's in charge of um, bottling the wine, like I would imagine they charge a lot because they're doing all the work. Um, Yeah, it's n she all she's doing is advertising it. They're the ones putting the label on it, shipping it, bottling it. So I would imagine they would sell more. Carol says to manufacture wine is 2 to $7 per bottle, and it takes 500,000 to 1,000,000 investment. Wow. Yeah. And that's just to manufacture it. Now imagine you're that company. What was the company's name? I don't remember what it is. But okay, so if I'm that company and it costs me $7 to manufacture the wine, but now I have to put a label on it. I need to hire people to put the label on it. I need to hire people to box it up and to ship it out. You would put money on top of that, I would imagine. So really, I don't think Megan is making a whole lot of money, um, at all. Yeah. Aspie says, "Congrats to your milestone. You have a very calm and kind voice. It's a plus that you love Disneyland like I do." Thank you, Aspie. I love Disney. I may go again Friday, so I'm excited. I'm excited for this weekend. The real Gigi says, "You have a great channel. You're very good at this." Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. Lisa says, "Hi, darling. Congrats on 40K. Well deserved." Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much. Carol says, "Since it is licensing, we don't know how much the cost." Yeah. Agatha says they sell wine for 2.99 here in Germany. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Annabelle says the Daily Mail article that leaked the meeting was written by Charlotte Griffith and read like it was written by MM. Is she a sugar? Okay, so Annabelle, it's great that you bring this up because Dan Wooten addressed this in his video, and he actually said that Charlotte Griffith, if you look at her the things she's authored, they've always been about Harry, or they've most recently been about Harry. So it wouldn't make sense that if the palace were to leak that story, that they would go through Charlotte Griffith because historically she has been writing about Harry. So she could be a sugar, and but yeah, that's a great question, and I saw it on Dan Wooten. He talked about that too. Baby grandma says Megan's downfall is going to be her greed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Charlie says, well deserved. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Charlie. Thank you, Kate, for being a member for 5 months. Thank you. Thank you. Steve says, can you post advance notice of lives? I know I should have done this yesterday, Steve. You're absolutely right. I should have. And I'll try to post the one that's tomorrow earlier. Um, Sincere apologies. Yeah, I should have posted this one sooner. Carol says Charlotte Griffith speaks out of both sides of her mouth and would not be surprised. Okay. The artwork came after Catherine's appearance at Wimbledon after on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, that's gotta hurt, especially considering Megan's presence at Wimbledon the years leading up to and the year after her royal wedding. Yeah. Deborah says Charlotte Griffith previously stated that she used to run in the same circles with Harry. Oh, well, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, so it would make sense that there's a larger connection to Harry than than to other members of the royal family. Oh, thank you, Just Jen. I appreciate it. You're all the best. Thank you. Thank you. I'm actually, you guys, okay, I'm going to share a secret with you. Well, it's not really a secret if I'm telling it on the live, but I'm I'm really considering going on camera soon. So I may be doing that at some point, potentially this year. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, and I think I would really enjoy doing that because I feel that maybe these live streams are a little bit boring because you don't see a face, you see a picture of a face, you know? So, um, yeah. Honesty and Truth, thank you so much for the super chat. And Honesty and Truth says, well done on 40K, you deserve it. If the numpty is allowed back into the royal family, the British people will be so annoyed. It must not happen. He can live here, but out of sight and no public events. I can imagine. I mean, just recently, the things he said about the UK and the UK people, it's shocking how he talks about his motherland, you know? Yeah. Thank you so much, Deborah. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Oh, thank you, Just Jen. I'm thinking in a couple of months, maybe. Yeah. Oh, it's completely my pleasure, the real Gigi, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I want to be able to give back, and I think the community that's here has is just so supportive of one another. Um, and I think when we look at the big picture, really the topics we're talking about have to do with domestic violence, and if we can give back, um, it's just it just feels good. Yeah, yeah. Agatha says, "It's not boring, but that will be fun anyways." Thank you, Agatha. I appreciate it. Annabelle says, "Charlotte Griffith told GB News that we Americans love MMNR products." Yep, she needs to get we need some fact checking there because that is not I'm American, and most of the, YouTubers that I talk to are American, and we are not. We do not like Megan, or her products, right? So oh my goodness. Well, everyone, I want to thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to have another live stream tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So that would be 5 hours after the start of the live that I did today, for your own time zone. And yeah, thank you so much for celebrating with me. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Yeah, and I can't wait to talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.